Righty ho! I have the special edition exhibit edition stout from Bell's, the 35th anniversary of, I guess, when they started brewing Expedition Stout. That's their big, intense Imperial. I guess they brew it in the fall, at least release it in the fall. This was bottled September 30th of this year, so it's very fresh. So it's just 1% stronger. It's now 11.5%. I wonder if it's very similar to the base beer they do for Barrel Age Expedition, which is like 13 something. Because that would be a lot of ABV for it to go up. If they just use 10.5% Expedition, then it goes up like 2 percentage points. Unless they really just dump a lot of whiskey in there, which some breweries do. I mean, that's a good way to get whiskey flavoring. But whatever, we got this one. Extra special Russian Imperial Stout. Yeah, I was really impressed by regular Expedition when I had that fresh. It was charred and bitter, but it had a really nice silky mouthfeel. I had one that I aged a year, did a video review of that a couple months ago, and I didn't like it as much. I think I came to like it a little bit more after drinking it for a while, but this is a very intense beer. So we'll see. This is also straight out of the fridge, so it might be a little bit too cool, but the head is pretty nice, dark, but pretty thick and rich. See if we can get this to warm up a bit, but that is just pitch black. Very, very, very dark. And this is definitely the more old-fashioned American stout style, not your pastry stout, but yeah, bigger body, bigger ABV than like Old Rasputin. That's only 9%. That's why I thought this one was really good. And we'll see if this bigger one is a little better for aging. Smells very nice. It smells like it's just going to be a little bit more sweet, maybe. It's got big molasses, charred, almost licorice-y notes. Yeah, licorice kind of fruitiness. Almost smells like some kind of sweet smoke. I don't know if they use smoke malts in this. I don't think they do. Just a lot of different kinds of dark malts and roasted barley. Yep. Not quite soy sauce, but it has that deep, dark, fermented quality. And some nice smoky, woody, toasty sweetness in there too. A hint of toasted marshmallow. And very, very dark roast, oily coffee. Not really getting chocolate, it's like too charred for that. Maybe chicory. It smells real good. I'm not getting much booze or anything like that. And I guess there's some kind of piney, woody hop in there. Very rich, quite thick, and silky on the tongue. I like that. But whew, definitely a good amount of bitterness and hop character and a taste. Definitely getting some like charred pine trees. It's not like IPA, black IPA, like pininess and bitterness. And then it lingers with a good amount of roastiness. And then, like charred wood. It's not like sweet smoke as much. It's more like the actual burnt matter. Quite palatable though. It's weird how people always talk about aging these big beers, let them mellow out, let the hops fade. But I find that, I don't know, I've had a lot of aged big beers that are more intense. I feel like it doesn't make sense with the IBUs because the IBUs are going to degrade, but I feel like when it's this fresh, it has the most body it's ever going to have. As these beers age, they don't get, any sweeter. They don't gain any calories or, malt carbohydrates. It's only going to dry out slightly or have sediment or things fall out of suspension. But wow, just the beeriness overtakes in your whole face and head. Just like having an extremely hoppy like double IPA, the hops overtake everything. Just I'm inhaling and exhaling. You know, it's a hint of heat booziness for sure, but it's hoppiness. It's lots of roastiness. It's blackstrap molasses and char and sap and not. I've never eaten pitch, but it's this dark thickness and intenseness. And it's got some carbonation too. Not too carb though. But I'm finding it surprisingly palatable. Very well made that it can give you all these intense flavors, make it drinkable. Definitely a slow sipper because it's warm in my throat, but I was not getting really any boozy smells or tastes exactly. And you gotta really inhale to get a little bit of alcohol fumes out of that. It doesn't smell like vodka or anything. Really well made beer. I'd give it like 4.25 at least. Not something I want to drink very often, but it's up there with like special barrel aged souls or barrel sold stouts. I'd say. Bye bye. Worth getting.